I told my niece her mom once tried to give her away. She deserved the truth. My sister Brianna has always been reckless, but last month she pulled something that finally pushed me over the edge. She dropped her 12-year-old daughter, Lily, off at my place for what she said would be a weekend sleepover. I didn't think much of it, until the weekend passed, and there was still no sign of Brianna. No calls, no texts, just complete silence. One weekend turned into 3 weeks. I had to explain to Lily's school why I was picking her up, buy her clothes because she only packed for 2 days, and even take her to the dentist for a missed appointment. The worst part, Lily kept asking where her mom was, and I had no idea what to tell her. And unfortunately, this wasn't new behavior. Brianna used to leave Lily with our mom for weeks at a time, claiming she needed space or had some dramatic emergency. But mom passed away 2 years ago, and since then, I've become the fallback parent every time Brianna checks out of her responsibilities. When she finally showed up, unannounced, by the way, she looked like she'd spent the last 3 weeks club hopping and crashing on some guy's couch. Same clothes from her social media posts, reeking of cheap perfume and cigarettes. Meanwhile, Lily was in the living room doing homework, still hoping her mom had a good reason for disappearing. Then Brianna had the nerve to waltz in and say, "Hey sweetie, ready to go home?" Like she hadn't just ghosted her own child for nearly a month. That was it. I pulled her into the kitchen and said, "You can't keep doing this. Lily thinks there's something wrong with her. She asked me if you don't love her anymore. And do you know what Brianna said?" She rolled her eyes and said, "Don't be dramatic. Kids bounce back." Then came the sentence that made my blood boil. Maybe it would be better if someone else raised her. I never really wanted kids anyway. I stared at her for a moment, then made a decision. I walked straight back into the living room. Lily was pretending to read her math book, but I could see the worry in her eyes. "Lily," I said, "your mom has something she needs to tell you." Brianna froze. "Carla, don't." But I was done shielding her. So I said, "When you were a baby, your mom tried to give you away. You were 6 months old when she called me crying, saying she couldn't handle being a parent. She drove over at 2 a.m., handed me your diaper bag, and said she was done. She told me being a mom was ruining her life and that you'd be better off without her." Lily looked up at her mom, stunned. "Is that true?" Brianna tried to brush it off, said she was just overwhelmed, that she was young and scared. But Lily cut her off. "So, you've always wanted to get rid of me." She didn't wait for an answer. She just closed her book and said, "I don't want to go home with you." And in that moment, I knew, Lily finally saw the truth for herself. And honestly, I was proud of her for choosing herself.